Listing advice happening now. Let's check this thing out. Where are we at? We're east of Pittman Center in the East Tennessee Smokies. All right, we are right on the national park there. Little bit far from Pigeon Forge and Dollywood, but good location. Map's actually showing it in the park, which I'm sure it's not, but right next to it. All right, we got a 3-2. I got no problem with the description. The periods are a little off-putting to me. I think you could just leave a space there instead. And also, I don't know what downtown is. Downtown what? But again, most importantly, change the description or the headline as much as possible, and you're golden. So I don't mind this being your headline. I don't know that it's the greatest headline of all time, but who cares? Because all time is the mistake when it comes to headlines. Hero Pick stinks. It's just a living room with some old man furniture. It's actually, I like the furniture, but at first glance, it is a little, old manish, which is a real word, by the way. I looked it up in the dictionary. Pictures in general, I think, are pretty decent. As you know, on Verbo, sometimes you got to sit there and wait for them to stop to load up, a little blurry at first, and then boom, that kind of thing. I would not swap this furniture, but again, like I said, it is a little kind of grandpa looking. I do dig these things here. We're talking about the house in general right now, and the pictures at the same time. I do see you got an older thermostat on the wall, which tells me your HVAC's probably a little older, and you don't have a way to check out your thermostat from a distance, which is something you're definitely going to want to look into. You got mismatched appliances here, black and stainless, so you got a mix, I would assume, of original and some replaced. There's more kitchen is what I was looking for. So probably replaced, and original. I'm going to go ahead and swap that fridge as soon as I can. It doesn't need to be a fancy fridge. Matter of fact, just this fridge here in stainless is going to be fine. That's probably a 36-inch fridge. You're not going to have a whole lot of options. It's probably a 30-inch fridge. Just a top freezer. Regular old, kind of El Cheapo fridge. But you're not going to have a lot of options because it's not going to be a bigger hole. You got to have a bigger hole to get more options. So I'd probably just swap for one of those good old $700 Frigidaire stainless. Your floors are very nice. They are worn out, but I don't think I'd do much to them. They look to be original 6-inch wide pine, much like this, except for that's probably not as thick. This tongue and groove on the ceiling is probably not as thick as what you have here on the floor. New dishwasher. That is a cheap dishwasher, but it does look to be fairly new. So house itself, I got very little complaints. Whoop, hold on right there. That's got to go. Get rid of that. That is a dust magnet, and it is ugly. Also, this fixture, that's a $75, maybe a $200 upgrade to make that look a little more modern and sexy. Also, you got a cabin picture on the wall in a cabin. A little redundant there. But not bad. I'm not complaining about any of this stuff. The only thing I would do immediately is just rip down this crap here. You already have blinds. They look like they're pretty nice blinds. These are unnecessary and gross. They just collect so much dust. Other than that, not a whole lot to change. We got the quintessential, the kind of stereotypical bear quilt. And more window coverings. Trash that. Nice piece of furniture here. Whole lot of wood going on here. Might be what I would name this cabin. I might name this cabin Whole Lot of Wood. Oh, yes. Cracking myself up here on some listing advice. Oh, get rid of it, man. What is this? Trash it. This window's really cool. And more kind of just stereotypical cabin quilt. I don't have a problem with it. Looks like it's fairly new. Your tops look decent. Got a double sink here with looks like some solid surface, probably some granite. Nice looking house. Great house. Not a whole lot of stuff I would swap out. That's probably a 20-year-old washer dryer, 20-year-old iron. Probably time to upgrade those. When you get a minute. Got the old Connect 4, etc. Again, more bears. We get it. It's a cabin in the woods. There's bears. A lot more bears. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. These knick-knacky things, I'm going to replace those with some, like, some brighter colors. A little more modern. That's just me. Overall, very good job here. Nice looking place. No complaints. It's in what we would call a cabin camp, meaning there are a bunch of other cabins around it. That is not a negative, derogatory term. Nothing wrong with that. A lot of folks want to be where there are other people around them. Some folks are sketched out being way out in the woods. I'm a way out in the woods kind of guy, but cabin camps, we don't see any there's no statistics saying that out in the woods versus cabin camp versus in town does better one over the other, percentage wise, or I'm sure somebody's out there trying to figure out some data scrape to figure that out. I don't think that's possible. I think the manager is the most important part of that equation. All right, so we did a good job here on the pictures. Let's move to the description. Not bad. Some white spaces. White spaces and no name of the property. That's a win for me. That's really all I'm looking for. If you got a big giant chunk of words and you start it with the name of your property, that's a fail. If you got some white spaces, no name of the property, good job. Mr. Andrew, no problem there. You got 4.9 on 43 reviews. That's really good. Got a recent 4-star here. Obviously, you probably know that. I would probably go ahead and respond to a few more of these if you get a chance. Got a smiley face and a 5-star. You're responding in general. So great job, for the most part on the reviews. Good job here on your Verbo. Great to see the Verbo, by the way. So on our pyramid of pricing, which is a different video I have on our YouTube channel, the short-term shop on YouTube, you're doing a pretty good job. Not a whole lot of tweaks I would make here. Like I said, I would rip down these window coverings, and at some point I might put a different color on the door. Other than that, I think you're rocking pretty good. Let's check out your prices. I'm going to scroll down and look at the overall calendar pricing here. Calendar health. I actually talked to Andrew. He told me his October was really good. So we got a few nights open here at $199. Weekdays, early weekdays. Or by early weekdays, I mean like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday would be early week. I'd probably drop these to $169, somewhere in that neighborhood, just to blow them out. Same thing here. These nights are fairly worthless, so let's go ahead and drop those to $179, give or take. I'd like to see Thanksgiving. As you can tell, we're October 20 right now. I'd like to see Thanksgiving booked. I'd knock $25 off that. Maybe go down to $4.99 for right now. I don't think your price is too out of line, really, based on the home and the location, but it's not booked yet. So I think I'd like to go ahead and get that booked. December, same thing here. I'm thinking $179 for these nights here, give or take. Now, here's where we're starting to see something that needs some work. Christmas is way out of line. You're never going to get $1,500 a night. You've got the entire 10-day period here of Christmas and New Year's at $1,500 night. That's not going to happen. I think your best case scenario, like on a really blow it out Christmas, is maybe $7.99. That's really high. Again, you got guys out there that are like, check it out, man. I got $2,700 a night for Christmas. Oh, I'm so good at this. I'm not able to do that. I don't even care. That's ridiculous. So for me, this is a little high. I'd go ahead and drop these, get them kind of where they need to be. And then even more important than that, your January and February are too high. This is your rock bottom month here, and you got almost $400 on the weekend in January. No way, man. Not going to happen. And now's the time. You really need to start picking up some crumbs in January and February before that everybody else does. We're hibernating. Hibernate in the winter in this market, right? So I'd drop the entire month of January and February to... I'd create a season on Price Labs for those 2 months, call it winter, something like that, or maybe a manual override and do like a 25% discount. But decrease is a better word than discount. I don't like that word discount, but I want to see this about $179 the entire month, maybe $189, which is too low. Okay, you price it how you want to. A lot of girls are going to tell you I went too low there on that number. But for me, the magic happens once we get over here. In other words, let me put it this way. There is no reason for this month in March to be the same price as this month in February. more desirable over here. So I know Price Labs is doing that for you, but again, you got to get in there and drive that car. Let's check your future availability. Yeah, you're available 12 months out. Actually, a little more than 12 months out. So bravo, you're available till 25, Jan 1, 25, and you got super, super high prices on those way far in advance nights because we don't really actually care if those book or not, but it's good for our algorithms to be booked. So good stuff there with your future availability, although I am seeing quite a few like very similar numbers going on here across the board. Why is July 350 and September is 350? See what I'm saying? Get in there and make those tweaks. July should be way higher. June should be way higher than September. April should be more than May. And you've got a whole lot of 350s and 375s going on. So definitely got to spend some more time. Andrew, I think if anything, you got to spend more time on pricing. Your house is pretty decent. Obviously, you could, as far as amenities, you could go ahead and add like a petting zoo or something to get a few more bookings. I'm kidding. Everybody's going crazy with all this stuff lately. You know what I mean? But doing a great job. Just spend more time on pricing. By the way, if anybody happens to see this on YouTube, this house is currently for sale. Contact the short-term shop if you're interested. I think it's in the 600s. Agents at theshorttermshop.com. Theshorttermshop.com. Andrew, thanks for sending this over. Appreciate it, brother. Hope you found some value here in the Reverend's video. Listing advice going to Texas Boulevard Peninsula, Crystal Beach. Outside of Crystal Beach, Texas, not too far from Houston. Houston. Are the Astros going to the World Series? Only time will tell. Timely and topical here at the short-term shop. All right, let's check this thing out. What do we have here? This is a big house. 6 beds, sleeps 20 people. You got a whole lot of beds in this bad boy. Location is dynamite. Right near the water. I would assume we've got a view going on here. Oh, what's that? Okay, that catches my eye. And this certainly catches my eye. That is a whole lot of money. All right. Matter of fact, I spoke with the owner, and he's already at $130,000 for the year on this property. $130,000. I think that's pretty great. I believe he paid like $1 million-ish, 1.1 maybe. Got a super low interest rate. He's had it for a few years. So can we bump that up? Yeah, we can do better than that. But that's pretty cool. Already at 130. We're in mid to late October as I record this. So pretty big numbers there. Pretty big numbers from David in Texas. All right, let's take a look at I'm going to start with your headline. Failure. Headline is a fail. Nobody cares what you named your house. And now, my friends, I have been preaching this for a long time. Nobody cares what you call your house. And guess what? Verbo. We went to a super secret, top secret, invite only Verbo Summit just a few days ago. And they brought it up in their lecture that nobody cares what you named your house. Don't put it in your description. Don't put it in your headline. So guess what? I have been proved right. I like being right. I've been saying that for a long time, and everybody says, well, you're wrong. I don't want to. And as a matter of fact, in that room where they said that, everybody said, no, there's no way. Everybody loves the name of my house. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, and Verbo proved it to us in a private lecture this week. So this is confusing. Get rid of it. Nobody knows what it is. I don't even know what it is, other than the fact that you named your house this. Luxury, also a mistake for me. Luxury means you're going to come and rub my feet. You're going to give me doggy bags for my dog. You're going to turn my bed down. You're going to bring extra cookies and crackers when I need them. You know, like a Ritz. Something tells me you're not doing that stuff. And if you are, probably puts you into Schedule C territory. And we don't want to do that generally in rental real estate. Again, talk to your CPA about that. Beachfront, great. 6-bed, 5-bath, great. Perfect for family holidays. Fantastic. That's great. Great little section there in the, because, hey, holidays are coming up. I would assume your property is still available for the holidays. Great marketing on that. This part here, those 3 words, total waste of space, and probably more detrimental than anything. Let's dive into your pictures. Pictures kind of stink. Way too dark. They do look like maybe they were professional, but too dark. Also, it is a whole lot of white going on here. And that's what happens on the beach. I get it. I do love your doors. Matter of fact, I've used that door color many times over the years. Great looking windows. This is probably a newer build here. Got a nice little party area downstairs. Little garage to keep your stuff. Okay, the house on this one for our pyramid of pricing, no issues. This house is killer. Very nice location, size. It's got it all. This thing's got it all, man. This is the total package. This thing is the Brad Pitt of Texas vacation homes. Great job. Pictures could use a little work. Now, this picture is good. This picture is not good. I don't like seeing that shadow. To me, it's almost like I only get half the house. I only get the perception for somebody that's just not, just scrolling, watching YouTube, watching their murder shows. That shadow's not doing you any favors. This is a decent pick. Too dark, too dark, too dark. Too white, too white, too white and dark, white and dark, white and dark, white and dark. These bedspreads to me, again, I'm no interior designer. These are a little too much. Too much white. White, 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 white. A little bit of off-white here, a little green off-white, but it's still white. And it really wouldn't take more than $150 per room to get you, like this right here. It's still mostly white. This is cool. But let's make this pop with like some neon or, I don't know, some purple. White beach, white beach, white beach. I'm dabbling there in a territory I don't feel comfortable with the design stuff. But I know that my eyeball sees a whole lot of white. And it's a little redundant. This picture's great. Now, keep in mind here, David, I'm sure you're rotating your pictures because that's the best way to get more bookings is to rotate your top 5 photos. Let's go back and look at your top 5. Top 5's not bad. These 2 right here are basically identical. If anything, I'd get rid of this one and keep this one, even though you see more beach in this one. There's less shadow in this one, even though there's a lot of shadow there as well. I'm not crazy about either one of these. You basically have the same 3 pictures here and the same 2 pictures here. It's just another angle of the same room. So your top 5 is a bit of a failure for me. But again, the most important thing is to rotate them and don't let them stay the same, right? But again, these are not the 5 that I would rotate. Okay? Again, name of the house, name of the house. Nobody cares, nobody cares, nobody cares. Your reviews are suffering here pretty bad. 4.5 out of 14. But really do the math on that. I'm not going to do the math. That's too much math in my head, just off the top of my head. But how many more reviews do you need to get back up to 4.8, 4.9? Probably not that many. Maybe 7. I just made that number up. This also doesn't do me any favors here at $1,000 a night. It's like, whoa, man. It's a big takedown there. It's probably worth that much. Let's go check your calendar. Because this is a hell of a house. Oh, it doesn't want to show me your calendar. Sometimes it'll do that. Depends on which version of Verbo you send me. So we're going to have to do a little clicking. Let's take a look at your Thanksgiving's $8,200. That's $936 a night. It might be worth that. I really don't know. This house is, quite frankly, it's probably more house than I can afford. Good old cash flow Carl's rolling pretty hard, but I don't know about $1,000 a night. Of course, I don't need a house this big. This is a 20-person house. So I'm not going to be a whole huge help on your pricing. I will say that on the beach, my beach properties right now are definitely about like this. Like I'm on my last booking for the season, and you do want to get Thanksgiving and Christmas booked up. But it's time to start lowering those. You're going to get less action Thanksgiving and Christmas on the beach, so it's time to go ahead and get those booked. So drop them, and then drop them again in 2 more days, and drop them again in 3 days, in 4 days, in 6 days, and whatever. Let's check future availability. You are open until only April. You're only open until April. That's not good. I get it, because you're probably not ready to deal with April right now, because April, May, June, and July, well, April, June, and July, and August are pretty, well, April, June, and July are easy to book. So I get why you would do that, but studies have shown here recently that algorithms want availability. Okay, so I would go ahead and open this up for at least a year. That's going to help a lot. We got some picture tweaking to do. If you're going to use a picture like this one here, it needs to be thrown in Lightroom. There's a ton of apps for this out there. I like Lightroom. And it needs to be brightened up. That's just me. So, failure, top 5 photos, all kind of not top 5 photos. This one's pretty good. I like this one. I would keep that in the top 5. Rethink your top 5, and you do need to go ahead and get your Thanksgiving and Christmas booked on this thing pronto. David, I hope I was helpful today in my Nebraska Cornhuskers black shirt. Go Big Red. I know they're terrible, but hey, I'm proud of my heritage. Thanks again, David. You rock. Here we go. Where are we? We are in, I'm going in blind here. We're in Wares Valley, Tennessee. I love this area. Love it. Smoky Mountains, East Tennessee. Little honeymoon cabin. Got a view. Who is this? Who are you? Cody. So far, Cody, I think you're showing off, man. Spent a lot of time on the other two, so I'm going to try and speed this one up a little bit. Great job here. New listing discount. Mountain views. Perfect. Great white spaces. No name of the property. Honeymoon cabin. Mountain views. Hot tub. Description and title are perfect. House as cute as could be. Great little view. Where is it? Let me see. Just give me a better view of the map here. Verbo not doing me any favors. Fantastic location. I've got one right by there. Glorious pictures. Perfect pictures. Look at these pictures. Look at this artwork. Bravo! Corey, you're showing off, man. Got a brand new washer and dryer, brand new appliances, because you knew Luke was going to say, man, you need a new washer and dryer. This looks like a new house. New hot tub. It's got new everything. It's probably a new build, I would guess. How many pictures do we have? 38. Perfect. Everything's perfect so far. Anybody watching this? This is a what to do here from Cody. Cody's putting on a clinic, baby. Let's check his prices. Gonna show me the prices downtown? No. I got to click on the listing. No problem. No bookings, but this is a brand new property. We do need to point that out. Brand new. Only one review. So he just listed this bad boy. Great to see all the verbos today, by the way. Future availability. Let's check it out. Wonderful. All the way through March 1st, 2025. Corey, you're cheating, man. Cody, sorry. You're cheating, man. Crushing it. You're doing everything right. You are paying attention. Something tells me Cody listens to Short-Term Rental Management Podcast. And you should do the same if you want a house that looks like Cody's. Now, the only downside here is that he doesn't have any bookings. I can't prove that Cody's showing off and that he's crushing it because he doesn't have any bookings because he's brand new. But let's take a look at some prices. Verbo not doing me any favors here. Yeah, Verbo's being a little weird on the pricing. That's okay. It's taking me to that new page they have now where they compare you to other properties. So that's something to keep in mind. If you didn't know that, that's a newer thing where Verbo opens up a new page and says, oh, here's what you can get those same nights and how much it'll cost. Keep in mind, these numbers here are clickbait. They're based on just the average price that comes up on Verbo and Airbnb. Same thing where most folks, you should probably know by now, that number's kind of BS. In other words, if you were to click on this and open it, first of all, that's an apartment, so that is not an enemy. You know what I mean? So 164 for this one. You open that up, pretty good chance it's not really 164. They're just trying to engage and click. right? So it's showing me $224 a night for some random nights. Verbo not doing me any favors here on being able to look at your prices, probably because you are so brand new. But excellent job here, Cody. All right, Frank's in Pigeon Forge. A lot of East Tennessee today. Was this my first Airbnb of the day? I'm not sure. But either way, great to have you. Thanks for sending this in. Frank, again, you're showing off, man. Holiday means it's available. Incredible views, 2 miles to the island. Not everybody knows what the island is, so I could take that or leave it, but it's a great headline. Good looking house. Let's check your location. Where are we? Ooh, fantastic location. Newly remodeled. I was going to say, is this a new house? But it's a new remodel. Decent description, a little light on the number of words. You could put a little more in there. But, hey, man, sometimes less is more. So I don't have any complaints there at all. Let's take a look at these pictures. Brand new property, no reviews. That does make things difficult for me as far as pricing and things. This is built by Joe Dodgen. I have a property just like this. How many bedrooms and bath are we? Joe's still around, by the way. He's a 3-3 here. Joe's in his 80s. Great looking house. Look at that pool table. Damn! Frank! You're making me look bad, man! Does this thing have some kind of underwater lazy river? Underground lazy river and a helicopter pad? Oh, man. Nice washer and dryer. See, I love this, but these are going to get stained, man. You're going to kick yourself for buying these nice chairs. I know they wipe down, but keep an eye on them. That being said, no kitchen chairs are going to last a terribly long time in a rental. Either you hired an interior designer or you are really good at this, or your wife. Very, very well done. Impossible for me to compete with this. You're showing off, and you are showing off. You got a view, too. Look at you. Look at you. Brand new property, so we can't really do too much. I don't have any complaints. I got 0 complaints. I don't know what's going on here with this baseball field. It's not in this picture. Oh, there it is. It's right by the school. Very, very, very nice home. I would rent this. Brand new hot tub. You're showing off, man. Can somebody send me a listing that stinks? Let's check your prices here on a 3-2. Is it a 3-3? It's a 3-3. Got some bookings, even though you're brand spanking new. Check your future availability. Looks good. 12-month availability. No complaints there. Let's check some prices here on the old Airbnb. I didn't want to go that far. Hold on. There we go. $388 for some kind of junky nights. That's a little high. But hey, man, this thing, you should be getting a premium. I would imagine you. That's another thing. For folks that are watching this, if you're watching this thinking, man, these are some good prices, etc., you got to keep in mind, Frank spent some money on this house. All this stuff this is a very nice house. Very expensive stuff. Well done. That pool table was expensive. These little chairs weren't pricey. Nice hot tub, brand new hot tub. Window coverings are not cheap. Brand new stain, So a combination of it probably was a flip when he bought it, and which there's nothing wrong with that. I buy flips, and then also some interior design and some artwork and some furniture. This house, Maybe the flipper did all the interior designing. I don't know. But this house costs some money. So keep that in mind. You don't have to have all this crazy fancy stuff, but your price per night is going to be a little lower. So is your purchase price, and there is nothing wrong with that. Okay? So I do think your prices are a little high here in some areas. I've only looked at one price, but okay, that's a good price. $188. Yeah, I'd say that's right on. Maybe even a little low for December. So Frank, we just need a little time to get this thing booked and rocking and rolling, and man, this thing is killer. For anybody, you don't have to go this crazy. Frank, I'm glad you did, but it does not need to be this over the top, like beautiful, gorgeous, rocking and rolling. Turn my bed down and rub my, give me a massage. Very well done, Frank. Congratulations. I hope your family enjoys this for many years. Here we are in Ellijay, Georgia, the Blue Ridge area. And we have a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, sleeps 7. Let me soak it in a little bit here. Your host with the most has no name. Of course, I know that her name is Catherine. Catherine, we appreciate you for using the short-term shop to facilitate the purchase of this home, and I hope you find value in me teaching you how to be a better property manager. TheShortTermShop.com. All right. I don't mind the description, although we have too many location words. You got to understand, somebody that's never been to this area, which is going to be a pretty good deal of your guests. A lot of times people are coming for the first time. Somebody coming from wherever, Arizona, has no idea what this word is or how to pronounce it. So I don't think it's a mistake, but those are not words I would want to leave in there long term, okay? 36 photos so far. Those look pretty good. Let me look one more time. You got your top 5 here. I don't know that this picture of the back side of the front door is all that necessary. This is a decent pick. This one, I could take that or leave it. This is definitely top 5. Top 5. So you got 3 top 5s. And I will say, Catherine, that most people don't have 3 good top 5s in their top 5. Most people only have maybe 1 top 5 in their top 5. So good job there. These 2 here, I could probably take or leave. And/or. Let's take a look a little further at these photos. Great looking hot tub. Very inviting and clean. It's not like ugly brown and falling apart, which a lot of them are. Nice appliances. Nice. I love the little mini table here in the kitchen. I have one of those in a small little house I've got. Soaking it in. That bed's too small for me. I'm huge. But if you can't fit a bigger bed, then you can't fit a bigger bed. I think you could. I would ditch the end tables and fit a bigger bed. That's me. Again, I'm 6'4", so anything smaller than a queen, again, smaller than a king, that's another small bed. I'm going to increase these bed sizes if at all possible, even if you have to go down to 1 nightstand. Whoa! There's your top 5. Look at this little hidden gem here. You got a freaking arcade in your basement. I'm guessing that's an amenity. Yeah, it's an amenity. It's not in the house. Okay, so in that case, do keep it at the bottom. Good job. Cheap plastic chairs from Walmart, never going to make it. Get rid of them. You got to get some real deal poly out there. These are going to fall over and blow down the mountain in 2 weeks. I'm not a fire pit fan, but you knew what you were getting yourself into there, so I'll leave it at that. If you're going to use this picture, get the ladder out of it. I don't know that I would use this picture, but it's kind of cool. Makes it feel like a cabin in the mountains with a cool deck. Ditch the ladder. I don't mind the picnic table. Driveway looks to be in pretty good shape. Decent. It's kind of rare to see a concrete driveway on such a home. So they spent some money on it, way back when they built it, etc. This picture stinks. I'm ditching this picture. It is an empty tongue and groove room. There's nothing there. A couple of books up here that are all... Is that Avery's book? Short-term rental, long-term wealth. 9 copies. Love it. Great job. So it's just some little tweaks here. Nothing crazy. I don't mind your quilts and things like that. Decent amount of color happening. I don't even know what I was picking on you for now that I scroll back through, because I liked it. It looks great. Looks great. Okay, good job. Nice house. Nice house. I picture your family creating a lot of memories in this home. Description looks good. You got the bullet point bang bang bam bams. Love it. Bullet point bam bams. I don't know why you have little dashes here and no dashes here. Abundant deer and wildlife. You named your cabin, but you put it at the very bottom, so that's okay. I'll let it slide. Let's take a look at your prices. Is Verbo going to give me the prices on the main page? No, it's not. All right, this does look like an actual calendar, though. Some of these calendars, they were... you need to open it further in advance. Again, sometimes Verbo's calendar is not, on point. All right, at least it's giving me prices. 148. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good deal. It's a little harder to enemy method prices on Verbo than it is Airbnb. And wasting everybody's time. Come on. Verbo being Verbo right now. Oh, there it went. And I just refreshed it. Son of a gun. $159 a night. 20%. Is this a brand new listing? It's got to be with the 20% off. Yeah. Yep. No reviews. Okay. Great job. The bookings are going to come in. I would want to see your Christmas and Thanksgiving. Get those sold sooner than later. Everything looks great. Just keep doing what you're doing. Rotate your top 5 photos and change your headline often. Great job. Well, I got time for one more today, and I hate to tell you, it's another show-off property. I haven't looked at anything more than just this section right here, but I mean, my goodness, look at this. Got a tongue and groove mural. Got some really cool wallpaper, which is coming back with a vengeance. Got a golf cart. Nice community pool. It's real close to the beach. I mean, what do you want from me here, Sarah? You want me to quit? Are you trying to say that, hey, Luke, check it out, my property's better than yours? Does it come with a butler? Sleeps 18, 11 in beds. Nice looking description, not a bad thing there. Heated pool, golf cart. Is that a community pool though? Or does it have its own pool as well? Let's check out the pictures. Let's see. I need an aerial. I need an over-the-top aerial. It's community pool. And it looks like you're right on this little pond, for lack of a better word for it. I would like to highlight that more. The only place I saw that was right here. If that's your porch... No, this is an amenity. So I'm guessing you're not right on this water. If this is an amenity and not at your house, move it a little lower. I mean, community amenity is what I mean. I want to see a little bit more aerial here. I want to see more drone of the actual house, like from straight up above it. Which one of these is yours? It's a little confusing. I don't know exactly what I'm renting here. Like this one here. I want to see, here's the pond. Okay, so you're not on that. Very few of these things are. You're over here. All right, cool. I think I'd like to see one more picture similar to this. And you probably have one. I bet your photographer's got, more than one that is kind of like that, and you were worried about having too many of them. So look at this, another mural. Where did you get this game? That is awesome. I need one of those. What is that, Paw Patrol? Oh, I see. It's like Donkey Kong. It's all the games combined. I see. Looks like a brand new house. Gorgeous. You're showing off. You're showing off. You're showing off. Let's take a look. 4.88. That is a little low. Don't let it slip any lower than that. But only 17 reviews. So a couple more 5 stars and it'll pump you back up. This time of year, this property should be empty. Okay? Keep in mind, we're late October here. Miramar Beach is not going to be booked. So really what we're doing here, Sarah, is we're targeting, get a little bit of action there after Thanksgiving. You're targeting March 1st. March 1st, it's all out, man. This is an all-out assault. You're going to get jam-packed from here until the end of summer, and you need to be prepared. The house is ready. I would definitely get some feet under these feet. Don't let them scratch the floors with your pool table because they'll bump it and lean on it and slide it, and be careful with that. A little bunk room there with a sliding door with a pool table. Man, this house is killer. Bravo. You're showing off. You're showing off. You're showing off. Great job, Sarah. I don't have any complaints. Keep your Jan and Feb low. You're probably not going to get much action anyway until March 1st. So, yeah, that's a little high for me. It's a big-ass house, though. This is probably a very expensive home. And I live right down the street from this thing, so fairly familiar, obviously, with the area, but maybe a little high there in Feb, Jan, Feb. Maybe not. Let's take a look at your March. I think your April can be a little higher than your March. And your May should be a little lower than both of those 2 months. So just keep doing exactly what you're doing. Keep tweaking. Keep, working your seasons on Price Labs and working your prices. You're doing everything right. Sarah, showing off. We didn't have any clunkers today, guys. Sorry. I didn't have anybody that could say, here's what not to do. Everybody's doing a great job. Short-term rental listing advice on Facebook, strlistingadvice.com, theshorttermshop.com, and, of course, my podcast, Short Term Rental Management. I love you.